In this video, we'll be talking about how to annotate our drawings. Annotation means adding text and dimensions to our drawing and adding multi-leaders and whatever we think can give definitions to our drawing, tables, anything we want to add to explain our drawings better. So the major things we'll be talking about in these videos, they are the dimensions and the text. So we'll start from the text. To add text to this drawing now, we have to select the style of text and how we want it to display in our drawing. So we'll go to the Home tab. Under the Annotation panel, we'll click the drop-down menu. The first option here is text style, and the second option here is dimension style. So all these are standard for AutoCAD, but we'll have to edit them because they might not be what we prefer to use. So to do the editing, we'll come to this point here, text style. We'll click on this icon, and we'll notice that the first box we have here is styles of text, and we only have two styles here. We have annotation and annotative and standard. So apart from those two, there are no other styles in our drawing. So what we can do is to add a new text styles to this drawing. We'll come to new and we'll give it the name we want. Let's say I'll say architectural style now. I'll just do Archi and I'll click OK. Now it has been added to the styles. The next thing is select the font of styles I want. So I'll come and let me say, if you have a font name you want to use, this is where you select the name and you search for it here. For this lesson now, I have a font name I want to use, which is Stylus, and the name starts with X. Just type X and takes me to all the font name that start with X, and I will locate Stylus here. So, okay, this is Stylus PT that I want to use. Notice that the preview is always shown here, and the font style now, Roman, we only have Roman for this. So the size, if you want the size to be annotative or not, just leave it, don't click on annotative here. The next thing is height. You come to height and give it the height of 200. So effect here, let's leave the effect because we will not have any special effect. If you click on upside down, you see the effect. If you click on backward, you see the effect. So we are not doing that now. So let's leave the effect side out. So width factor should be 1 and oblique angle should also be 0. So what we'll do is click on apply and we'll click on set current. So we'll come here and close. So if we go to annotation panel again and click here now, we can see now that Archi is this current text style we have now. If you click on this drop down icon, we'll see other two text styles, which is annotative, standard, and we have our Archi selected. So that's for the text style now. The next thing we'll talk about is the dimension. So also click on this icon here to set your dimension style. So in this drawing now, we have 3 dimension styles. We have annotative, we have ISO 25, and we have standard. So what we want to do now is to create a new dimension style. We'll come to new under this place now, and it will ask us name of style, new style name. Give it as you put it in the name you want. So the new style name I want is, I can say Archi dim to mean architectural dimension, and start with, leave it at this, uncheck annotative, and use for all dimension should be selected. So you click on continue. Now we should start with line here. This is the first tab here, which is line. So under here now, you can select the color you want for your dimension. You can select the color you want for your dimension here, and you can do color by block or color by layer or give it a color. So I like selecting color here now. So select color to be green. Line type, leave it by block. Line width, leave it by block. We can see as we make changes, the preview is shown to us at the right hand side here. So the next thing is extend beyond tick. Let it stay at 0. Baseline spacing now, put the baseline spacing at 200. So you come down now, the extension line, the color, leave the color at green again. You can see the changes there. So leave the rest to the line extension, the line type extension line 1, line type extension line 2, leave it the way it is, and everything here, leave it the way they are. So extend beyond dim lines now, put it at 100. Offset from origin, put it at 100. Leave all the settings the way they are now, and you go to symbols and arrow now. When you come to symbols and arrow, select architectural tick, and it will automatically select it for the other one. So the next thing is arrow size. Leave the arrow size at 200, and the center mark should be line, and put this at 0.09. The break size, put it at 100, and leave the rest the way they are. The text now, text height, leave it as standard, or you can come here and select Aki, which is the text style we have put before, we have set before. So the text color, you can come and give it any color you want. So, or you click by layer, anything you want. So I like to leave it at magenta, and text height is already set to 200. So leave the fraction to be 1. The reason why we cannot edit our text style now is because we have used a text style, we have selected a text style here which has a standard height put with it. So the next thing is to go to the text placement, leave it the way they are, and put this at 0.09. So text alignment, let's leave it at align with dimension line. So the next thing we'll go to is fit. So we'll leave this as either text or arrow, best fit. Text placement now, we leave it at above dimension line without leader. The next one is use overall scale of 1. Fine-tuning text. Let's leave it checked. Draw dimension line between extension lines. So we'll go to primary units now. Under this primary units, this is where we'll set decimal. We'll set the unit format to decimal. You can set it to architectural engineering or anyone you want. But since our unit is in millimeter, we'll leave it at decimal. So precision angle now. Precision now is to display the decimal places now. So we'll leave it at 0 so that we'll have a whole number for our dimension. So you know it's not practical to say, okay, on site you want to measure a room of 1500.02 mm. It's not possible. So what we'll measure on site is 1500 mm. So that's why we're putting our precision to 0. Decimal separator, leave it the way it is, or you can say period, to be on period. Round off, leave it the way it is. Prefix and suffix, leave it the way they are. Scale factor, leave it the way they are. And the rest of these settings, leave it the way they are. And the next one we'll go to is alternate unit. Another alternate unit, you don't need to set anything here, just leave everything the way they are. And tolerance here now, you don't need to set anything, leave everything the way they are. So vertical position now, we can put it at middle. So leave everything the way they are. So one thing you should understand now is that these dimension style settings and the text style settings you have done here is to my own taste, and I only did it for this course. So you can go and play around with the different settings you want based on the kind of drawings or the kind of work you are trying to produce. So this is what I have done from my own work now, and this is for architectural file. This is what I'll be using to produce my architectural drawings. So you can see that the tick and everything I have here now, it's what is majorly we use in architectural drawing. So if it is another type of drawing, I will have to make a different type of settings again. So this is my dimension style now, which I've named AutoCAD. I'll just click OK here now. And what I'll do here is set current and click on close. The first thing I'll do now is that I'll dimension one part of this, and you have to dimension the rest, or you have to dimension the rest of this by yourself. And one thing again is that I'll also put a single text, and you have to do the rest by yourself. So I'll come here now under annotation, and I'm sure that my dimension is set to dim and is set to AutoCAD dim, and my text style is set to AutoCAD. So come here now, do linear dimension, and click from here to here for my dimension. So click again. So this is telling me that this room is 5,325 mm or 5.325 meter, and hit your enter key again. Click here to here, and we are done with the dimensioning of the living room. So this is the living room. The next thing I'll do is select text. So I'll click under here now and select single line text. Select single line text and click at this point here and just draw a bit to this point. And now I can type living room and click out here and hit the escape key. So what I have done now, I will create a layer for this. Create layer dimension dim, and let me just leave the color the way it is. It won't, the color of this layer will not affect the color of my dimension layer. Hit enter. And the next thing again, create text layer. So come here and change the color to whatever you want. So let me pick this color index 2255 and click OK. So I'll close this now, and I'll come here and put it on the text layer. I'll select this now, put it on the dimension layer, and do match properties and put the rest here on the dimension layer. So if you notice that my dimension layer, nothing is changing, because when I was creating the styles, I've already set all these colors, so it will not affect, the layer color will not affect this text, this object color now. So the living room now, if I feel it's too small, the text, if I feel the text is too small, I'll do Ctrl+1 and I can come to text height here and say, let me say 300 and hit enter. So you can see it is now big enough for me to read. Hit escape. So what I'll do now is label the rest of the drawing and also dimension the rest of the drawing. Thank you for watching.